What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Anox checking in here for another Fireside chat. Hope everybody crushes their week. Today's Fireside chat, I'm just talking about something that popped in my head earlier today. And that's how a lot of us, we go around and we say, I hate people. I hate people. You don't like crowds. You don't like this. You don't like that. I just don't like people. I'm not a people person. And while a lot of that can be related to the fact that people are annoying, which is true, I just wanted to talk about how I kind of agree with that but disagree with that. So obviously, I'm not a crowd guy. I am a guy who sort of does my own thing, keeps to myself, keeps my circle small for a lot of reasons. Experiences over the years, and I had that whole discussion about friends and true friends and all that, and what that is. And yes, if you're out in the workplace and stuff like that, there's always drama. And whenever there's more personalities and more people and more personalities to juggle and to have to work with, it makes life very challenging because of all the different personalities and the different opinions and all that stuff. And I remember during COVID, when COVID hit a few years ago, I was just like, I don't even mind staying in my house because people are fucking nuts out there running around with shopping bags on their heads, huge masks that cover their whole face, and have their kids in like these sealed off fucking, plastic bubbles and shit like that. It was just absolutely insane. So I was just like, if COVID has taught me anything, it's that, people are fucking stupid as hell. And I want nothing to do with people, right? But then at the same time, COVID sucked. And why did COVID suck so much? Because I couldn't go to a ball game. I couldn't go to a concert. I couldn't go out to eat at a restaurant. I couldn't go watch my son play baseball. So what does that mean? What do all those things involve? Out to eat at a restaurant, a ball game, a concert, your kids' events. They all involve other people. So it was almost like a catch-22. Like, here I am alone, enjoying that part of being alone, and yet thriving to be around people, craving to be around people. When I thought to myself, what is that reason? Why does it suck not to be around people? So, it made me think of something I learned in college, called Indra's Net. I used to do some Eastern religious studies in college. Indra's Net was a Buddhist concept that everything is interconnected in the cosmic universe, and all people are interconnected into a beautifully woven net, woven by God, by a higher power, and that we're each a part of the net, almost like we're each a link in the chain of causality, in the chain of causation, and we're all intricately connected in that way. So we're all reflections of each other, and whether you like it or not, I do believe in that. So I think that's why inherently we have that. No matter how much we want to be alone, no matter how much we're like, fuck it, fuck everybody, we always have that craving for human connection. And I work from home, so this is like my outlet for human connection, interacting with an audience on social media and in the community. So there's always that thrive, always that need for that connection. And St. Thomas Aquinas talked about the chain of causality, and he used the chain of causality and used Isaac Newton's laws of physics to prove the existence of God, using science and the laws of physics. So basically what it was is that using Isaac Newton's laws of physics and the chain of causation, that you have, say, a domino, right? And the first domino gets knocked over and then knocks over all the other dominoes, causes all the other dominoes to fall. But the domino is not the first thing, not the first cause. And then you have the finger that pushes the domino. That's not the first cause. You have the person who has the finger that pushes the domino. They're not the first cause, right? So the first cause is who created the person to have the finger to push the domino, right? So you're trying to trace it back to the uncaused cause. and you can't, because the universe is infinite, and that the human brain can't fathom the uncaused cause, can't fathom nothingness. So basically, his explanation was that God is not the uncaused cause. God is outside of the chain of causality completely. He's outside of what we can fathom, because we fathom everything as cause and effect within the chain of causality. But God is outside that. He's outside the whole chain of causality. So I thought that was interesting when I had learned that too. It's funny because my wife couldn't. We took a class together in college, and we had a test, and they would give us a few essay questions, and we had to study all the answers, and then we would only get one on the test, and she could not understand that and grasp that. And so I would explain that to her, because I got it and I grasped it so well, and I wish I got the question. She wound up getting the question and failing the test. um, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today. How we're always like bitter and grumpy, and a lot of us hating people, yet we're always craving that human connection and that camaraderie, which I think a lot of us found in the community at large on social media, which is full of such fakeness. But some of us found some real things. So I appreciate everybody who listens to these fireside chats, who tunes in, like and subscribe. Later.